guys, welcome back to the channel. And this is my 2008 Honda Civic Si turbocharged. I chose to go with a CX racing kit. I was very skeptical at first about this kit, but then I asked a couple of people and they didn't have much of an issue with it. Plus it was budget friendly. I did it kind of in a rush also, but ever since I've done it, I've gotten a decent amount of DMs about what I've done to it, or how did I do it, how was the fitment, the do's and don'ts pretty much. The fitment on the kit wasn't bad. Everything is really tight, but I think everything is really tight just because it's an 8-gen. This whole engine bay, it really sucks to work with. After you take out the cowl, there is more room to work with back there, but everything is pretty tight still. First off, one thing you should really do is heat wrap as much things as you can. As you can see back there, everything I could touch was heat wrapped. My harness is heat wrapped. I should have heat wrapped a little bit more. Make sure you tuck your fuel line away from any hot parts. My fuel line comes all the way here. I had to extend it. Comes all the way down there and then into the what is this called, injectors. I had the kit since December. It's currently March. It's been holding up pretty well. I haven't had any real issues with it yet, except for the coolant issue, which isn't really much of a kit fault. I should have just upgraded the radiator as I did the kit to help cooling, but my radiator cap, the little bracket broke and it was leaking, so it wasn't really much of a kit fault. Haven't had any issues yet. The tune is holding up. I do want to get it retuned. I do have a boost solenoid in there. If you can see it right there, it is hooked up. It's connected to the ECU right now, but it's just not hooked up to the actual wastegate itself as of right now, until I retune it. I bought a boost block. I didn't really know much about this, but I needed it because I have a lot of boost lines, vacuum lines everywhere to run everything, especially because of the boost solenoid. So one thing that I would recommend straight off the back, if you ask me, hey, is this kit worth it? Yes, but you do need to change your wastegate and your blow-off valve. My wastegate is so tight you can't even see it. My blow-off valve is actually right behind this bumper. Maybe you can see it through the bumper. Yeah, you can see it through the bumper. Right there. It's red. The reason I say upgrade it is because the wastegate and blow-off valve it comes with isn't the best quality. It's very stiff. You can't even like compress it with your hands or anything. It comes with like an 8-pound spring, which is okay, but I have asked around to see if people run theirs. One guy did say he run his with no issues, but I have 2 or 3 other friends that I made ever since boosting this car. They come DM me asking me questions and whatnot. All 3 of theirs failed. Each and every one of them asked me what wastegate and blow-off valve system I'm using. I went with the Tile 38mm wastegate. I've heard that can cause boost creep. I didn't know. I already had bought it, so I just decided to just go with it. Whatever happens, and then I figured out later. And then the Tile blow-off valve, I think it's like a 50 something dual port, something, I don't know what it is, but both of them is Tile. And so far it's been working pretty good for me. Have no issues with those 2. Boost creep, I do think I see. I have an 11.5-pound spring. It does creep to like 12 max, but that's not really anything too bad. The tune adjusts for it anyways. When you buy the kit, I don't know if it comes with a hose to replace this. I found one in the kit and I wasn't sure if it's a hose for this specifically, but it was made out of metal, like aluminum, and it didn't fit all the way. So what I did is I cut a piece of aluminum off a different hose that it came with, welded it on and made it fit. But honestly, I think that's the reason my radiator neck broke, because it was just too much pressure on the neck coming at an odd angle, and then eventually it cracked because I kept tightening it. But one thing that you will need is an upper coolant hose for sure. to clear this charge pipe, because the stock one does not clear this at all. No matter how you try to push it, how you try to squeeze it, it did not clear at all. Unless you make your own custom hose. On the hair, I do have 1000cc injectors. I think it was Deechworks. 1000cc injector. This is not a return. I don't have a fuel return system yet. I do want one. I should have just waited it out and got one, just so I could run the extra power. But there's no return system yet. I have the 4-bar map sensors. What else do I have? I didn't really change much. The main thing I changed was the wastegate and the blow-off valve. Do I have any regret of buying this kit? I do, just because after changing the wastegate and the blow-off valve, that was almost $800 or so. The kit I bought for $24 with an upgraded turbo. This is the dual ball bearing upgrade version to their CX Racing turbo. I got it. It was like $200 extra. Why not? The kit is already as cheap as is. So I decided to do it. I know dual ball bearing is way better anyways. This is a oil and coolant fed turbo, but I couldn't figure out the coolant, how to run the coolant, so we just oil fed it. I know it's okay. It does cut away at the turbo life a little bit, but it's whatever. If anything, I just buy another one. The only thing I regret mainly about this kit is for all the money I spent on all the little things I needed, extending hoses, extending all the AN fittings and everything that I needed. I could have just bought a PRL kit for maybe $1,000 extra or so, saved up and just got it and dealt with it. But for the performance of it, it is performing pretty well for what it is. If you can honestly just want to boost your car, maybe use their stock wastegate and stock blow-off valve at a lower boost than mine. Mine is at 12 psi or 11.5 psi, I believe. I'm not really sure. I mean, it's fun. It's a whole different car now. It's very lively. I haven't really done much races besides the Evo race that I have posted in one of my past videos. That's the main race I've done. I don't really drive the car as much, but I do want to see what this thing can do against other cars. I do need to take it to the body shop, like I said previously, because this is not good. Everything is rubbing. I just finished peeling most of the car today, so this toy is sitting all colorful, but you know, it is what it is. Whenever I decide to do a new color, I will do a new color. Fun fact, I do most of these colors myself. Well, actually, I do every single color I ever had on this car myself. This car, I bought it a couple years ago. It's only been the stock color for no more than a month. Every color I've done, I sprayed it myself. If you want to see any colors I've done, I'll leave a link to my Instagram below. Just scroll all the way down and you'll see this car has been through about like 9 different colors. So if you ever thought about changing the color of your Civic, maybe you'll see a color that you like on my Instagram. I also painted my intercooler just because I don't want anyone to know I'm boosted. I want to be the regular looking Civic driving along the street, and if you pull up next to me, you know, prepare for whatever happens. I used to get bullied a lot. All these M3s and Evos and whatnot always pull up next to my car, ready to race, and they just look at me and laugh at me knowing I can't keep up. I even have my boost gauge very low, so when you look through the window, there's nothing red really showing. You have to like really look for the boost gauge. Honestly, I messed up with that because I can't even see it sometimes when I'm driving, but it is what it is. But to wrap it up, do I think it's worth getting a CX Racing kit? I think it's absolutely worth it. You just have to change the wastegate and the blow-off valve. I don't think the wastegate and blow-off valve was hold up any for too long anyways. And if your blow-off valve stay closed, your wastegate don't open, you know, boom, your engine is gone. So I think you just put the extra money in, get a good wastegate, get a good blow-off valve, and then a very good tuner. Oh, by the way, shout out to my tuner. He is Boost Lee. Most of you guys probably already know him. He did a really good job. He was a really nice guy. I'm most likely going to go back to him for a retune if I don't dyno tune locally. If I do e-tune, it's most likely going to be him. Very reliable tune, it seems like so far. But yep, till next time. I'm actually about to go most likely drive this to the body shop. Won't have my car for about a week. I hope it's just a week. Hope it's not anything longer than a week. But I don't drive this that much anyway, so I'm gonna miss it because it's not in my presence. But I'm probably not gonna drive it for a couple days anyways. Alright, peace out. Till next time.